I get a lot of nudes from people who want to go for Big Brother. I get all kinds of monetary offers. 100 million, 50 million, 30 million. I've had all kinds. And I tell people, go and do something useful with your money. If you don't have a Denrele in your life that can help you rediscover yourself or help you get to the next level, soon whatever it is that you want to do and give you direction, help you navigate your way through life, then what are you looking for?
Guys, welcome to Lunch Date with Vanguard. Today we have in the house a friend of the house. He's what I call a motivator or counselor. He's an amazing human.
That's the side of me people don't know. Right. The counselor part. Yes.
Really is an epitome of humility. And if you guys allow me to say it, sometimes I just say it's too humane to be human. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Rajiv Raja.
Oh yeah,
Really?
It's the fact that you not even put Rajiv Raja there. Why?
I had to.
Oh yeah, add Akobi to it too.
Okay, Akobi.
I don't
know. Olufemi too. All those words.
You know my names. You know me reach out so.
Come on now. I try.
Should I say a little secret about, my good friend CJ over here?
So this is my show.
Wait, since I'm too human to be human, can I just say, we grew up in the same hood. So Ebute Meta for life.
Yes, sir.
He used to attend a certain church on my street back in the day.
Right.
And then after Sundays, after practice, CJ will come and ask to shorten our ration with our food.
Oh my God.
But it's fine. Today I will shorten your ration. All those years from choir practice, they used to come and eat in my house after so winning choir practice.
Right.
Today I'm going to shorten your ration.
I was actually going to talk about the whole choir practice thing. That I leave church. After church, we just go to your house to just hang out. And
I know.
It's been ages. It's been a long time coming. Wow. Wow, awesome. Julie, how are you doing today?
Oh, bono feli.
Okay, you're enjoying the meal already.
I'm having a ball because you see, pepper is my aphrodisiac. It wakes me up. So when I was, before coming here, I was a bit, just feeling, but now, I want to fuck my eye. Okay, sorry. No, I don't want to do that.
So guys, look. In fact, I don't even know what to say. It really has taken over everything. Like,
sorry, my baby.
As long as they're enjoying the meal, I'm so glad they're enjoying the meal.
This calls for what? A wonderful dabbing, because right now, oh bono feli, my mouth is on fire. Hey, Jesu Oyinbo, blood of my gate man.
That really came here very late, and I've been very hungry.
Okay, wait, we haven't done cheers. I don't drink yet. Wait now. We're supposed to. Oh yeah. Cheers to the show.
Right.
Lunch date with Vanguard. Cheers to
the 5th episode.
Good life.
Right.
Cheers to a well-rounded season because you have done your job well. And then cheers to what? Multiple orgasms.
Really, you can't help yourself. I totally understand. It's fine. It's fine. Really? Okay, so really, now, what have you been up to lately? Really?
Wow, that's $1 million question rolled into one. Where do I want to start from? What have I been up to lately?
How does it feel to be 41? Now, before you go on, yes, really, because I know that I remember calling you on my birthday, I'm not even 40 yet.
Okay.
But I dread that age so much.
Why are you dreading it?
But it's the fact that the way you are ecstatic when you clock 41. And
yes.
when you clock 40,
40 actually,
I'm like,
41.
Goodness, am I going to be like this? No, how can I be like this when I clock 40? Like, how do you do it? Where do you get the drive from?
Well, they say life begins at 40. Right. But for me, I think life begins with every year. Right. And I had also been dreading the 40 because I no go lie. I said to myself, have I achieved everything I wanted to achieve or I sought out to achieve growing up?
Right.
Have I gotten to a certain level that I have discovered inner happiness, self-discovery, self-realization, self-actualization? Am I at the pinnacle of where I would have wanted to be from the onset? Did I envision it this way? Let me not speak too much grammar. And then the usual societal expectations. You never marry. You never born pikin. Wait till you do. But guess what? I took it on with a good stride. Because I said to myself, the naysayers can talk. My awesomeness cannot be flogged by anybody's bitterness.
Right.
So I went into that 40. Now, the only snag I had at that point was that I was going to throw the biggest party ever. But guess what? The month of my birthday, I got a call from Lagos State government saying, Denrele,
I remember.
we hear you want to have a party. If you don't want us to come and carry everyone. And my
COVID.
guest list was spanning over 1,000. Because you see, I am the person, or rather, I'm like an emblem in the industry where I'm in practically every industry.
Right.
You can't say, oh, Denrele is just in media.
Right.
I'm in media, I'm in acting, I'm in fashion, I'm in music, I'm in practically every sphere. So there was no way I would say, oh, I would have a guest list. It was going to be open for everybody. Come and party with me, you know. But then it just couldn't happen. And then my friends took it upon themselves to give me like a grand surprise. I got a car, a brand new car that day, and I wasn't expecting it. There were so many surprises that day. Even, guess what? I just got a couple of gifts a few days ago for this 41st birthday again. So the transition from 40 to 41 doesn't make me feel any old.
Right.
I don't even feel like I've gotten there yet because my energy level is still the same.
I'll go there.
The only part is, you see, you get to a point that you know your body cannot do some things you used to do. But I will be a contortionist as long as I live. So I still stretch myself to the limit. And I think I'm at a point in my life now where I don't want anybody to stress me again. Now, you know, I would always, you know, when people call me and they want me to do things, the way I jump. So I've thought to myself, do I get back the same energy? Yes, I do all the time. But now I've gotten to a point now where I want to be more aware of who I am and, you know, what I represent. I know it, of course, but I just want to be more into myself. And then, here's the best part. I want to enjoy my company more. Because I never have privacy. I always have people around me. Everyone is constantly taking. You know, somebody said to me the other day, my 40th, the person said, Denrele, you're the only thing in my life that always gives, and you never take.
Right.
So, I'm not saying I'm going on a taking spree. Nah, we don't owe anybody anything. You know, that's not validation for my worth. Because you know me so well, and I feel like you know me to a very large extent. Even you have more mileage than a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, yes, he does, this winch. You know, I'm at the point now where I want to enjoy my company, and I don't want anyone to stress me. Invasion of space, invasion of territory, carry a winch and go. I've discovered now that love is not my ministry. Right. You know, because people like us have so much love to give, but we never really get it back in return. So I fine-tuned my brain now to understand that when it will come, it will come. But for now, I don't think it's coming, because the last one I got on Valentine's Day was one of the most hurtful phases I went through. But guess what? I just felt like that didn't need to define who I was or whatnot. So I'm right now enjoying my company, and I want to even understand myself even more.
Right.
You know, and as I always say, life is a series of thousands of tiny miracles. Notice them. I am a living, breathing miracle, and so are you too.
Preach.
And now let's chop one chip. Oh yeah, take chip.
Really, I think another part of you that people don't know very well is the fact that you are spiritual.
Okay, I like the spirituality.
No, because I remember was it sometime last year? You actually introduced me to this, you know, morning prayer
Well,
online.
God cannot do, does not exist.
And I'm like, I was so shocked. I was like, this is coming from really. What's happening?
Yeah,
Is the world coming to an end very soon?
right on check.
You know, really. So, so from there, I was like, oh, really? And then I remember, you know, when your dad used to tell me about you being in the choir that back in the days. You know? I'm like, oh, that reminds me. Really used to be this kind of, you know. So that's good. Now, you mentioned something about people saying that, you know, you are your 40s and you're not married and you don't have kids. I understand that you're from a Yoruba family.
Proper Yoruba family,
right?
Proper one.
And you know how it is now. You know how these Yoruba folks. We
know how they are. I'm about to fuck their eye. They should leave me alone.
And you know they want grandkids, and so you are the first child.
Remind me very well. The first and only son.
Right. So, is there like any pressure from any angle? I know you love kids. Really, I know you love kids. I know you love kids.
I love kids so much. And I think the fact that, I mean, I used to be a teacher back in the day.
Yeah,
I mean, you know that story. When I used to teach in primary schools, and even I got into Unilag, ended up doing education, didn't see that coming, did my teaching practice in 2 different schools. So I've always had the hang of, you know, coordinating children, and I understand the lingua of children. I mean, I just got into the toilet and I was having a conversation with I think a 10-year-old kid. You know, said he liked my hair, and we're talking about Europe and, you know, they're visiting and whatnot. But, you know, away from that, I don't think there's any pressure whatsoever. Okay. Times are changing. I mean, the world is evolving over time. So, back to that $1 million question. Now, I don't think there's any pressure whatsoever because I am my own person, I'm my own entity, I'm my own being, you know, and I feel that I'm at a point in my life now where even my siblings need to understand not to even bring that up around me. My father lives with me. I mean, I practically take care of everyone. Aside from my mom who is out of the... Oh, so I even forgot to mention. Recently, my mom sent me rings from Tiffany's, 2 wedding bands, and said, oh yeah, alpha. What's going on, no? And I looked, I said, gold plated though. I just pack her inside drawer. I said, this woman, rest. You are in Dublin, enjoy yourself. Leave us in Nigeria here. You know, but the question will definitely arise, and I know I'm looking at, you know, my biological clock and thinking to myself, do I want to be chasing after a 10-year-old when I'm 50? You know, I have the energy for that, you know, no doubt. But I think God is in control of this particular wavelength. Let it happen as it will happen. Wow. And if it's not going to happen, then I'll be a father to many children, as I always am, and many nations. Marriage, I'm not certain. Because I'm at a point now in my life, I've been a bit single for so long, and you know, love hasn't really worked in my favor so well. Okay? Love hasn't worked in my favor so well. So I'm thinking to myself, do I really need to get someone into my space right now? Nah. No. So I just want to enjoy my company. Let me see where this takes me. This is just, you know, we're all on different journeys.
Right.
Everyone is on a different path. So I'm on a separate frequency right now, and I want to just enjoy it. My company for once. Wow, so many people going in there today. Wow. You know, but overall, I think there is no pressure whatsoever because you see, I've put my family in such a very comfortable position to know that I've sacrificed a lot. I sacrificed my entire childhood for my family. So I don't think they need to come and stress me now because they know that from age 10, 11, I started working because I wanted to contribute to the home front. I started sending my siblings to school. You know, I'd taken up the mantle of leadership in my household. So I gave up a lot for that. And I think it's not going to be selfish of me now to say, I want to do what I want now. But I think it's about time that I just started, you know, doing things for myself. I don't care how late it is. I don't care how, but I just want to have a ball. I feel like I've not even started. And then my 40s now has just spearheaded a movement of freedom. Now I'm enjoying my fashion. I don't step out of my house without looking like I want to look a certain kind of way.
You know, I was actually going to go there really.
Yes.
Like really,
I'm enjoying myself now.
You just wake up and decide today high fashion, and it seems like every day is high fashion for you.
Every day is high fashion.
The world is your fashion. The
world is my runway, and every day is a damn fashion show. Right. Victoria's Secrets. I just imagine myself in the lingerie.
Like every day it's haute couture, really haute couture. Like, have you ever dressed?
I refuse to. I don't even want to. I know to some people you might think it's. I don't even step out of my house. If I'm going to step out of the door to even say hi to a neighbor, I have to look a certain kind of way. I don't even in my houseware. I don't come downstairs. And in my room, I'm in my room wearing but if I'm going to come downstairs, it's just the way my mind has been tilted. I like what fashion does for me. And everyone knows that my clothes are like an extension of my personality. Right. It's an expression of my individuality. So the flamboyance, the outlandishness, you can already tell this is who this person is. He's not pretentious, he's not hypocritical. He is a vibrant personality. So I like it to reflect. Let us just go out there, go into the world and let your colors shine.
Like the rainbow.
Rainbow has nothing on me. The kaleidoscope of colors.
You know, I think this serene is everybody just moving, like there's a movement everywhere, so we are so distracted.
No, it's good. I like it because, I mean, that's life. This is just a reminder that there is something going on every time.
Right.
There's music playing.
Right.
You know, that's somebody's market. People are going into the loo. That's somebody's market. People are coming in. Yes. And when you go to a place like this, you know, I mean, this is launch date with Vanguard. Vanguard picks the choicest places.
Yes, sir.
So when you guys brought me here, I said, oh, are we going to the water side? But because you guys know I will jump into the water, you brought me inside.
We have to come inside.
So I'm happy being inside. It's fine. But I mean, it's interesting to watch people from all walks of life. At times, I sit down just out of curiosity. I'm wondering what's going on in this person's life.
I do that too.
Yeah.
Like something, but mine is like I wonder, like is anything are they okay?
Are they okay? Yeah. And then I even wonder, what's their sex life like?
Oh no, I don't go too far. That's above me.
Because of recent, I know like a couple of virgins now.
Okay, that's what we're
Okay,
saying.
so
Before we're rudely interrupted by you.
but apologies.
So really, it's the fact that a lot of people just compare you with
Yes. Different people.
people.
Let's put it at that. I know where you're headed with that.
But
Yes.
I might just have to mention few names.
No, feel free.
So so when people compare you with the likes of Bobrisky, James Brown,
Yeah.
I've seen comments and people
Yes.
like in your defense, they're like,
Yes.
really walk so these guys can fly. And what do you think about this comparison? Does it make any sense to you?
It doesn't make sense because, should I be honest, I am not a social media sensation.
Right.
I started my hustle way before the advent of the internet. I am one person who, and to be very honest, it just feels like your portfolio of work is being rubbished. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those brands or identities in question. See, that's my new ringtone. Guess what it's called? Don't hustle me.
Who's that?
My Pink.
Oh.
And she was angry when she was singing it. Don't hustle me. Don't hustle me. That's why so new ringtone guys, don't hustle. When you call me and you want to ask me for money, just remember that. But I'm going to get to that question now. Hold on.
Right.
All right. I've been in the industry since 1994.
Right.
Before a lot of you were born, even you. So. Yeah. And this was way before the advent of the internet. So I had to work twice as hard to not only elevate myself out there, but give myself all the visibility I could get.
All right.
Now, we have an influx of young people who come out who are very adventurous and daredevilry in their brand presentation. But then they do that well with the internet. There's a wide margin here. And then when people say these things, I just feel like you can't rubbish my portfolio of work of somebody who's been acting, who's been modeling, who revolutionized the red carpet culture in Nigeria because we started that.
Preach. I totally agree
In
with you.
2005, if I remember clearly, somebody who has been an iconic figure in a lot of success stories of a lot of artists.
Right.
There is no artist from that era or even this present era that would not say Denrele has not been instrumental to their success story. I'm not tooting my horn here, but I know what I am and I know what I've done.
The trumpet, you're allowed.
Yeah. So when you now start to I just feel like it's just to keep me in a conversation. Even when they said, Sahara reporters put out, that time they said, there was going to be a law to ban. I am not a cross-dresser. Anybody who even studies if you do an understudy, because there was a time, there was an understudy of me at, I think it was Cambridge in the UK, one of those universities, study of the Denrele brand. And they totally caught it. There are references to rock, because I grew up on these songs. So, my dad used to be a DJ back in Germany. So we had all those vinyls. So I grew up on, a lot of Harry Belafonte, the Gibbs Fonte, the Gibson Brothers, Jim Reeves, Ray Charles. I could go on and on. Now, to me the most was Boney M. And that was one of my early influences. If you know Boney M well, the guy in Boney M that used to be very quirky and whatnot. So my brand is quirky, it's unconventional, it's out of the box.
What about Jagger?
Goddamn. Do you get? And even people now started to compare me a whole lot to Charly Boy. Now, back then, I found it very offensive to Charly Boy himself. I was very respectful to his brand, and I would always say, Charly Boy is not my mate. True that. I mean, Charly Boy is an accomplished veteran and an iconic figure. So I always took myself out of that equation. Happened this other time around, now with the present generation. They didn't take themselves out of it. Or rather, they actually just leveraged on it, and the insults started to pour in, the criticisms, the negative feedback. But guess what? You insult me, it's like you're pouring oil on the stripper's pole. Because he slide up me like baby oil on the stripper's pole. I can't be bothered. So I feel like we're on different narratives.
Right.
Different personalities, not from the same generation, not from the same hustle. Because my hustle is very legit. I am not putting up a show on social media because I want to garner comments or traffic or whatever. I don't know if that's how it doesn't work for me that way. Everything works. My work is my work. And if nobody's going to put any respect on it, I will put it myself. So, truth be told, let's face it this way, I understand it because there would always be comparisons. People do that all the time. Square have been compared till date, and they're twins.
Right.
The Band and Don Jazzy. You would even have Andrew Boy. I mean, G Mike and Emeka Ike, Genevieve and Omotola have been pitched back to back, and they're different brands.
I think even
yes. So people like it's always good to be in a conversation. Right. But then when you look at it, what is the basis for the conversation? Where is the comparison coming from? Right. What exactly is the level of comparison? How does the portfolio of work? But I don't think Nigerians have archives to want to go and check research and methodology. So you know what? They just say it as it is. Somebody even said something to me recently. So I went to an event. I met a Poco doctor who posted a video of us on Twitter, and then somebody wrote something and said, this one, that one, so energetic, but it's such a pity that people like James Brown, J Boogie, and all of these people stole his market or whatnot. And then I responded. I said, my darling, nobody stole my market. I was at that function to host. I was there to do a job. Right. So there is no market stealing here. I am in the media industry. I'm not a social media sensation. I am a media practitioner. There is a clear cut.
We know be made.
So well, but then still on still, these conversations will never die because they will still happen. And even most of them instigate this thing. So let's just leave it at that. People will forever talk. Yeah. Make it worth their while. But then the whole idea is that those opinions are not my reality. Yeah.
Really, you said so many amazing things, and anyway, it's you now.
Now you can say it now. Yeah.
Really, you said so many amazing things. I mean, it's you now. But you mentioned Charly Boy. I remember that year.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going. I
remember that year. So you guys made the cover page of.
Should I interrupt you there?
The bulletin.
Guess what?
The news bulletin.
That was way before the advent of the internet. Right, now we're on a cover of a publication. I can't remember the name. They published it again.
They made a lot of money.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, he did. Wow. They will publish and republish, and I remember that period the picture came out. I was in Malaysia. I went to host the show, the Nigerian Independence. Myself, Nice, Nigaro, and myself, Nice, and Nigaro. And then I was the host of this, the Nigerian Independence in Malaysia, and it was such a big show. It was good to be in Asia at that point. And then BlackBerry era, everybody was just sending me the picture. What's this? I didn't quite get it because I didn't know what it was.
Wait, but just not.
I'm going to answer. I'm going to get there.
The church part. Now, when you came into the church,
I'm getting there. And then I remember the landing in Nigeria. It's quite a distance from Malaysia to Nigeria. Do you know that every custom official had that publication? They were waiting for me. I think they are seeing the manifesto that this boy is coming. We'll give him hot.
What actually led to?
I don't think anyone has gotten it hot. In terms of when you say scandals and when you say bad publicity, I don't think anyone has gotten it hot.
Right.
I got it hot that period. Like I remember they seized my luggage. They just didn't want me to even, pass immigration.
Because of that publication?
Of the publication, they were showing me, look at what's this. I mean, even at the airport, the international airport, they seized my luggage. Immigration refused to let me even pass through.
Because of the publication?
They were holding it, showing me,
Are you for real?
And then I even remember the points where we're in traffic from the airport and vendors were selling this particular publication. Really, and they were running after me.
I hate the fact that I'm intruding.
You're not intruding.
Did it affect you in any way?
Let me tell you what it did to me. I think at that point, maybe it was supposed to make me crawl under a hole or crawl into a hole and just die, or just enter one dark corner and save me Oshimo. But I said, lie.
Oh yeah.
How?
You didn't fold.
Because I refused to fold. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons I'd learned back then. The only thing I was concerned about was how my family was going to take this, because already extended family members were calling and insinuating all sorts, making fun of my dad, who my mom wasn't in the country at the time. And
why did you do it?
I'm going to get there. So I called my dad and my sisters and said there's a controversy going on. I don't know if it's a publicity stunt, if it's a controversial agenda, if it's a real deal, or if it was photoshopped, but whatever it is, please, you guys have to deal with this.
Right.
Because I am in the media and this has been thrust upon me and I didn't see it coming. So, that was the only concern I had. Of course, they excommunicated me from the church. Even when I was working at Sound City, then it was beginning to get shaky because they didn't quite understand what that was about. But then guess what? For every time I went out, people were always throwing obscenities at me, insulting me. And then
that must have been a lot.
I started turning into a joke. People would just say, what are you doing here? I say, They say, are you not kissing Charly Boy? I say, no. I say, I'm looking for new people to kiss. Who is available? Yeah, I had to just make the situation seem light. But then, my only worry then was that I called Charly Boy. Now, because you see, Charly Boy is a well-grounded personality.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't know anybody I could turn to, which is why I've always been, you know, when Mayokun did that song, Certified Loner, I kind of realized that he was talking about me. I have so many people around me.
Right.
But then,
at
the end of the day, I just thought to myself, so who's going to get me out of this very sticky, rusty situation? So when I called Charly Boy, he said, now this is time to cash in. I said, cash in how? Make money how? To go and be kissing other people. I didn't know what to make of it or do with it, but I just said to myself, I think this is just going to feel so like, it's okay. It followed me even till now. And I think that has to be one of the wickedest scandals ever. I think it was more advantageous to Charly Boy. Because, I mean, Charly Boy is married, he's got kids, he's established. I was just kickstarting my career at that point. And I remembered one episode, let me tell you something funny that happened. I don't think I've shared this. I was at the airport, MM2, and then I heard some lady saying in Yoruba, they didn't understand Yoruba. Charly Boy's wife is in the airport. Husband snatcher, home wrecker. That's what they used to call me. They would shout, husband snatcher, home wrecker. And then I just looked at, and I went round the airport. My flight was boarding, so I just said, let me just quickly look for Lady D. Back in the day, I used to dance for Lady D, so.
Right.
And then I found out we hugged and we greeted. We had a very nice conversation. And then once I was running to catch my flight, I just stopped by where those women were. And I said to them in Yoruba, "Ẹ̀yin wèrè méjì. Timba gbọ́kàn yín mú. Timba fi lè gbámú báyìí. Wo ẹ dárò." And I quickly ran to catch my flight. Guess what? They were like, so in case you're wondering what I said in Yoruba. Because they were obviously talking I will say it. I said, you two old cargos. If I get hold of your husbands, I even said something about he will leave nothing in the will when I'm done with the two of them. And then I ran. You know what? Once I was running, I looked back. They were still like this. They were in shock. Because obviously they didn't expect that I was going to respond that way. But I just made this. And to me, it was my own way of catching cruise. I got on the flight and I was laughing it off. But for someone at that point in time, I was at the peak of my VJing career and I just didn't know what to. I didn't know how to handle that kind of bad press. Right. I would say that I am truly a living testimony till date.
I can't imagine myself in your shoes at that point.
What does my glasses say?
It says no.
So I'm not answering your next question. No. But for every time, you know what I always tell people, that end is never the end. END. For me, I see END as effort never fails.
Right.
No, effort never... oh my God, I came up with it this morning. Effort never declines.
You come up with a lot of things
yes,
all the time.
Effort never declines. And NO, when I hear a no, I don't take it as like a no and you shut door in my face. To me, I regard it as next opportunity. Oh. But now, I am wearing this NO on my face because it is what I call next orgasm. Thank you.
You said orgasm like 10 times.
I love orgasms and they're good for you.
Okay, fine.
They're good for 40
Moving on. I want to talk about Big Brother Nigeria.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people come to you.
Hey, wait.
No, it's the fact that a lot of people call me.
Let me balance.
Wait, a lot of people call me and say, Shiji, please, help us call you. Want to go for Big Brother?
Yes.
I'm like, is it really that I want Big Brother? I don't understand.
I don't know that it's my father's house. So. In my father's house.
Is there So I'm like, okay. I have to ask you then. You know, I know where where it's coming from.
Yeah.
But I need you to talk. But let people know today.
Hey.
This is the story, because they call me. Can you help speak with it? It's like just helping to the Big Brother house, and they're like some people that's okay. So let me go there. Last one.
Yeah.
So just
I get a lot of nudes from people who want to go for Big Brother. I get all kinds of monetary offers. I've gotten 100 million, 50 million, 30 million. I've had all kinds. And I tell people, go and do something useful with your money. You do it's not as if you have access. It's just as if you put them through or something. You see that question here? You get us to go answer it. But
you want to be
I will answer it. No, I will answer it in the best way that I can. So, let's just think. If you don't have a Denrele in your life that can help you rediscover yourself, or help you get to the next level, or help you fine-tune whatever it is that you want to do and give you direction, help you navigate your way through life, then what are you looking for? Go and find Denrele. But anyway, away from that, yes, I've been instrumental to a lot of these things. And it is what it is. I'm at the industry center of gravity now. So, but let's just say I know people in the right places.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know if that answers your question. See, because I know you want to hear more.
I want to hear more.
When they ask people, tell them to come and meet you.
It's the part that they have to come with you, but they keep calling you and they don't able to speak. She's not picking or call him. I'm like, hey, God.
But because that's the thing with a lot of young people. you want to go for a show, like, you know, you want to go on a reality show like Big Brother that has so much mileage and magnitude. You want to get there, but you don't even know what you're going to do there in the first place. So a lot of young people are groping in the dark.
Right.
Yeah. But this started from Karen Ego in 2011. Because my good friend Karen Ego got on Big Brother Africa and she won. But guess what? For every time she was in there, she kept saying this every day. Now they really feel my phone. Now they really feel my phone. I was like, oh my goodness. Why are you doing this?
She loved it.
Oh my God.
Well, God rest her soul to Goldie.
Goldie, God bless Goldie. So,
yeah. She made one of the Big Brother seasons too.
Yes, she was in. Hers was, I think, 2014.
That was Big Brother Africa, right?
No. 2012. Yes, Big Brother Africa.
Right.
Yeah, when they had Starville and Downville. She was in the Starville.
That was you too.
Right. God bless her soul. Goldie, we love you.
So, now this Big Brother, now, do you have anybody in the house that you pushed and you kind of assisted to get into the house? Because I knew I'm on that matter.
Suji,
What's up?
have you forgotten that I am a black belter?
So you won't whoop my ass if I keep pushing.
And I will just beat you here. No.
But we just need to know. We need to know. We need to know that we have something
Well,
we'll root for.
I have a lot of amazing people in the house who are presently doing great things and some that are still coming in.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They're coming in.
Yes, so
Wait, you mean they're not done?
no.
Oh, interesting.
They're coming in. But so we'll just, but I mean, I think this season is still trying to, work its magic. People are getting onto it gradually. So I just don't want to start name dropping. I want people to enjoy the show. I mean, that's what the show is about. Enjoy it. I feel that Big Brother is like therapy. It's therapeutic for me. I watch the show. I see people I can relate to. People who remind me of myself and I'm drawn to them. So maybe that's what I also look for in people who I might decide to say, okay, you know what? Let's take a chance with this person. Let's see where this goes.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. So keep it there with us same time next time on more amazing episodes of Launch Date with Vanguard. Really, do you have anything to say?
Plenty.
Please come and cut. We are going.
No, let's not cut. Before we go, Launch Date with Vanguard. The new season will be kicking off soon.
Right.
I'll be back again.
Yes.
This time around, we'll eat street food. Go to Amala and Begiri area.
Oh, that's true. We've not even done Amala.
Amala.com.
I want to taste starch and banga.
I love it. And I know where they make the best starch and banga in this town. So
that's
I got you. And then to everybody watching us, always be a first class version of yourself and not a second class version of somebody else.
You heard?
Listen to learn, but best of all, learn to listen.
Right.
And choose a job that you love. You never have to work a day for the rest of your life.